So this Roblox game right here, Do My Fate, is in some serious drama right now. It is being accused of allegedly even killing someone. So let's start off with the game. Do My Fate is a horror game similar to Forsaken or Bite by Night, and recently they had released an update with the arrival of a new killer, 1X. And when they added the killer, it had a ton of flashing lights as animation and clearly not recommended for people with epilepsy. And basically the story is, a player named Kit with photosensitive epilepsy had played the update and suffered a severe seizure from flashing lights, was hospitalized, and later died during emergency surgery less than 2 hours later. So the person making these claims is called Dracoblox, and they're also called Mel, so I'm just gonna call them that. Had conversations like, tell others I don't have much time, my friend got a seizure from playing Do My Fate, thanks to 1X, I'm running here, I need to go, and 2 hours later, Kit died. And then they said I have to go soon, but get this to anyone with a large following, Kit died, she died in the surgery, all because of this, she died in the emergency surgery. So far the story is, Kit had played the game Do My Fate, suffered a seizure due to one of the characters in the game, and got sent to the hospital and died 2 hours later. Now this is a huge claim she's making right here, and for her to be in the right, she would need to have a ton of evidence to support it. She can't just say, oh, her friend fucking died because of a game and just leave it at that and expect people to believe her. No, pretty sure that's even a crime, I think. And then in this DM, she said when Kit had went into the seizure, our friend had been next door and walked in on her. They called Mel and she rushed there shortly before the EMS came, and Kit was older than her and the last of her family, and Kit was 20 according to her. Now there's some problems with this. First of all, how did this person next door know she was having a seizure and let alone get inside the house? And when this neighbor finds Kit, instead of calling 911 or something, they called Mel instead. And then Mel said that she ran to her house and her parents didn't give a single shit. Her friend is having a seizure, could die, and her parents don't give her a ride there, don't call 911, nothing. So she had to run to her house, possibly at night alone. Then Mel went on to say that when she got there, Kit was barely breathing and that she had to perform CPR. What the fuck? In case you didn't know, CPR is only performed when someone is not breathing. If you perform this on someone that is breathing, or in her case still but like barely breathing, that would only cause her even more pain. And then 911 or the EMS arrived, they go to the hospital, and when Mel and Kip arrived to the hospital, she says that they let her in Kit's room to check in on her, and she said that her heartbeat is slow as hell. Now if this happens, guess what? You're supposed to let someone like a doctor know this. But no, fuck the doctor. Instead, she said to get a YouTuber on this. Get this out of here. If she dies, I swear to God. And later on, she said that Kit had died. Now my question is, how does she know that? Well, according to her, she snuck into the operating room of the hospital and watched through the door. Well, she claims that she snuck into the operating room of the hospital and watched the doctor do the surgery through the gap of the door. Now I'm just gonna say, this is, of course, her words, it's not mine. And at some point, she said that the doctors kind of gave like that look of she died, like kind of like that sad face. And then Mel proceeded to sneak out of the hospital, walk possibly an hour or more back home. Now there's a ton that doesn't make sense in this story. She said earlier that she's the last of her family, meaning this 20-year-old's family is completely dead. Her parents, siblings, grandparents are all dead. Mel here, who was 13, possibly told her parents, and they just didn't give a single shit. Mel walks to her house, God knows how far, probably at night, and even the neighbor's parents didn't do anything. Instead, they called Mel for some reason, and when the EMS arrived, takes her, Mel just walks to the hospital. The neighbors don't give her a ride or anything. Also, weirdest thing, what she said that she got to the hospital and they are letting her inside Kit's room. First of all, hospitals don't do that, especially if someone is in bad condition. Like if someone is clearly dying, the hospital isn't gonna let just a 13-year-old into the room and just watch them. Now when Mel got on a call with Creecraft, she said that she watched the operating room and everything through the gap between the door and the window. Operating rooms, I'm pretty sure, don't fucking have windows to let people just watch through, let alone a goddamn gap between the door for people to peek through. That would be very unsafe because operating rooms, if you clearly don't know, they perform surgery, they have to cut someone open, and you could possibly imagine or just guess why that would be bad. And she finally went on to say that she died of suffocation and surgery, but how do you know that? That's what my question is. How do you know that? She never talked to a doctor. All she did was just peek through the fucking door and took a guess that she died based on the doctor's look. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that she literally snuck out of the hospital. That is not how that works. This isn't a party you could just sneak out of. This is a fucking hospital. Now I think this story is completely bullshit. It's all fake. There's so many reasons in her story that just don't make sense at all. They don't connect. It's all fake. But I do want to say, this person with her story just accused a whole dev team that didn't do anything for murder. Now listen, I'm not a lawyer, I'm too young and too stupid to be one, but this might be the easiest like lawsuit and cash in for the dev team. They're about to get money from all this. By the way, in her story, she said that she snuck in the operating room, which, oh, guess what? is a crime. Unless you have permission, you cannot go there. So she just completely fucked herself with this story that she made up. I don't know what her reasons were. Maybe she wanted attention or something, but clearly nothing in her fake story adds up. And like I said earlier, if you're gonna have, or even in her case, make up a story or an insane claim, you need to have an equal amount of evidence as well. And clearly, she's missing that, and possibly just fucked up her whole life.